So happy to be in person or online. My name is Joan. I'm your yoga instructor for today. Today, we're in a chair. If you are at home, get yourself a nice, stable, straight back chair. Get yourself a mat, a couple blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can always use books that are not slippery. And then just for a moment, just plant your feet comfortably on your blocks, matching the edges of your feet to the outside edge of your blocks. Let your hands rest right on the tops of your thighs, and then sit up a little taller and sink your shoulders down. And just take a few cleansing breaths. Let yourself connect to how you feel, what you need to shift, what you would like to release, what you need to open and soften, what may need a stretch, what may need to settle. And as you breathe in and you breathe out right now, notice, become aware of what you're thinking about. And is it something that's distracting or preoccupying? Just take a breath in and let it go so you can bring yourself fully present into the moment. Settle the shoulders down and away from the ears. Relax any tension, center of the forehead, back of the throat. Soften through the jaw. Relax around the eyes. Focus on the rise and the fall of the breath. And as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, see if you can settle down a little more and lift up a little taller. And then ask yourself, before we begin the practice, what is it that you need today? What will help you, heal you, support you, nourish you, create some space, move into a place where you can shift out of something that you don't need to carry anymore. And then just take a breath in through the nose and push all the breath out as much as you can through the nose. And another breath in through the nose. And push it out again. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. And feel the right and the left sitting bones. And notice how your posture is, and see if you're leaning a little bit forward or back or to the side and side to side. See if you can settle into a position where you feel more balanced. When you inhale this next time, you're going to inhale 4, and you're going to exhale for 5. So really feel like you're releasing anything else that's being stuck. Place your tip of your tongue behind the upper teeth and relax the jaw down so the teeth are not touching. So as you inhale through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, really 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If anything is uncomfortable or it's too much, then you just go back to a number that's comfortable for you. Inhale 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and really push out all the air for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just that type of breathing will settle down anything that's overactive. Little tiny circle here. Just a little bit around. But bring the breath with you. Don't let it get stuck somewhere. And when you come back to the back of the rotation, roll it around the other way. Now you can keep your eyes closed. However, come to center, if you find that it throws you off balance or you feel dizzy, then you keep your eyes open. Now with your hands just resting right where they are, curl back into the back spine and make a little bit of a shift through the spine, and then inhaling, lift the breath, lift up gently. And we begin to move just like a gentle wave lapping on a beach. So we inhale and we lift up with the breath. And then we exhale and we push the breath out and we stretch and curl through the spine. And inhale, lift up. And exhale. And every time you do this, see if you get a little more space in the curl and in the lift. Make it what works for you today. You can make it as deep as you want. As you begin to soften, you may find that the body just automatically goes a little deeper on the curl and a little higher on the lift. But keep the jaw relaxed. One more big breath here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Come to neutral. See how that feels. Slide your hands to cap your knees. Give yourself some space behind the chair. So you're going to do a bigger curl here. So as you inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl as deeply into this as you can. And then roll forward and make it deeper again. And you exhale and curl. And see if you can begin to warm up the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, lift. Bring it all the way up and just at the top, pause. Scooch in a little more breath. And then exhale, curl, and really push out all that breath as big as you can. And when you pull all the way back into your curl, release your arms. Rotate the palms, inhale, lift up. Gentle back bend, forward fold. Scoop the hands, big breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift up, feel that stretch. Exhale, let it go. One more. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, let it go. And now just pause right here for a breath. Rotate your hands like you're opening up a jar. Keep your head an extension of the neck and the spine. Cross one hand over the other and sweep it out, straight out. Now feel like you're going to rotate the palms, engage the belly in the back, and lift up. Exhale, let it go. Sweep down. Sweep up. And then swan dive back down. Sweep it up. Feel that extension from fingertip to fingertip, straight out to the side. Exhale, bring it down. Last one. Inhale, sweep it out. Big stretch. Exhale, let it go. Good. Move the hands so fingertips are to the floor, wrists are soft. Exhale, fingertips to the sky. Feel like you're just a beautiful piece of material moving on a beautiful day on a clothesline, and you're just moving as you lift. You're moving the breath, you're moving the body, synchronizing both so that it becomes effortless. Feel that maybe energy beginning to move through the hands. Inhale, lift up. Now when you inhale, lift up a little more, right elbow into the hip, and then the left. So be mindful, we have arms on the chair, so you make accommodations to what you're using. See if you can begin to open underneath the side body, stretching the internal and external obliques, and just take a stretch here. Rolling to look under the arm if that's comfortable for your neck. Now when you come back to the right side, release that right arm, stretch that left arm, look under the arm, stretch it out. Maybe get a little deeper stretch here. Underneath, feel from the hip all the way through the ribs, up underneath the arm, out all the way to the fingertips. One more on each side. So one more left. Good, bring it up. Stretch it up, sink the shoulders down, big V. Now rotate and sweep down. Chin comes down toward the shoulder. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, breathe. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Activating the 6 directions of the spine, forward, back, side to side, and diagonally. So you feel balanced in all directions, fluid and flexible. One more. Big breath. Exhale, let it go. One. Up and release. Now, when you come to this left side, twist. And then come to the other side. Gentle twist. Keep the shoulder in the front down. Don't let it creep up. Feel that release through the ribs, front and back and side. But don't ever push into a place that's uncomfortable for you. Notice, last one on this side. Notice how you feel when you come to center. Little circle, roll it around, stir the pot. 2, 3, we'll go to 4. And then at the back of this circle, reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, just shift from side to side, a little shifting. See how that feels. Begin to calm down the nervous system. Now come to center, widen your blocks, make it a V. Don't go into a big full expression of how far you can go, because we need to have somewhere to go. Plant yourself here now, roll the shoulder. Left shoulder to the right knee, you can make it as deep or as shallow as you need it to be. You just want to feel this diagonal stretch, shoulder to hips. So if the hips are tight, shoulders and hips work together. We want to find that place where we can create balance between the two. Improve posture as well. One more on each side. Now when I come back, left side to the right knee, so left shoulder, I'm going to stretch that left arm, thumb up, and then I'm going to come back. Left arm, thumb up. Left arm to the right, thumb down. Right arm to the left, thumb down. Palm up. Palm up. Palm down. Palm down. Good, come back to center, elbows out to the side. Open up the shoulders. Feel like you have resistance, so you don't want soft, floppy arms. Head is nice and at neutral. Feel balanced in the chair. Take a breath. Push in with intention and pull out like you're pushing into taffy and you're pulling taffy, but you're not clenching the face, the jaw, the throat. You want to feel the sensation of opening up, front and back body through the shoulders, creating a little more space there. Take a breath. Push in and pull out. Now, fist in and stretch it out. And fist in and stretch it out. And one and out. And last one, in and out. Bring the arms up. Rock it out a little bit. See how that feels. Good. Bring it to the front. Cross in front. And then toward the feet. You don't have to touch them. Good. Pause. Medium circle. Roll it around. 2. We'll do 4. 3. 4. And then pause and reverse. 1. 2. 3. 4. See how that feels. A little rocking side to side. Nice. Now, I'm going to roll myself to center and pause for just a minute and see how that feels. I'm going to take my right leg, I'm going to move it to the left block. I can angle it a little more if I need it. And now I'm going to twist to the side. Front shoulders down, I take a breath. Now release the arms, inhale, lift up. Exhale, chin to the chest. Inhale, lift up. Let it go. In and out and in and out. Now, if you want more, you can stretch a little more. Don't fall out of the chair. Exhale, pull it back. Stretch it out, bring it back. Just feel like you're gliding your hands on water. And one more. Good, release the hands down, twist it out. Good, come to the opposite side. So we switch, angle, shoulders down, little twist first, release the arms. Now remember, one arm's going to be longer because of the nature of the pose. Inhale, gentle lift and release. Now you can move your head and your chin, but if it throws you off, then you don't do it. You keep your head at neutral. Up and down. Feel underneath the ribs, underneath the shoulder blade. Good. Now, if you're comfortable, you're going to reach just a little bit and pull it back. Stretch and release. Nothing in the jaw. Stretch and release and stretch and release. And last one, both legs, as big a circle as you can make it. And see how that feels. Really rolling the shoulders. One more, and then we'll reverse. When you come to the top, you pause, and then reset. One more. Now, when you come back to center, see how you feel. Make sure you have enough space behind you. You're going to come forward, nice flat back. See if you can touch your fingertips to the floor. If not, you touch your blocks, your feet, your legs, whatever's comfortable for you. Flatten the back. If you can palm it, great. Head's an extension of the spine. Get a nice big stretch here through the hip flexors, length of the spine, and then rock a little bit. Small, gentle rocking. And see how that feels. Good, pause, tuck the chin, roll it up. Hands come right to the knees, take a pause. See how you feel. I'm gonna take my right hand, I'm gonna slide it underneath my leg. I'm gonna use my left hand to ground, and now I'm just gonna rotate through the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me just give you a little thing here. This is too much movement. So you want to keep the knee and the ankle, the foot's gently flexed, and you want to isolate the movement into the hip socket. 1 is all around. Less movement. 2, 3. See if you can really feel that. 4, 5, 6, pause. Now be mindful, you have knee, hip replacements, issues, pain, discomfort, you don't do it. 3, 4, 5, 6, gentle hinge out, 1 and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, beautiful, 6, relax it. See how that feels. Now, when you bring, just to test it, when you bring your feet, you may find that this leg that we just did is back a little more into the hip. So, opposite side. Nice tall posture, take a breath, lift, shoulders down, isolate the movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, reverse. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hinge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring it down. Now just know you're going to rock a little bit. So right shoulder to left knee. Both sides may not always feel the same. So you adjust to where you need it to be. This is your practice. One more. Good, come to center, be mindful you're in a chair. I'm gonna scoot my tailbone back a little more. I'm gonna slide my arms. Now when I slide my arms, I have to engage from the belly, lift up, stretch it out. If I can sink so that my head is between my arms, great. Take a breath, inhale, lift up. Exhale, let it go. Just high. Use your belly. If you have a strong belly and a strong back, you're going to fix your back issues over time. One more. Lean back, gentle back bend, forward fold, just kind of float it. Now, when you bring your hands down again, see, do you have more room? Roll. So I'm going to just look and roll side to side. One more on each side. Pay attention to how your neck feels. Come back up, roll it up. Small, medium, large, you pick the circle you want. 3, and then when you come to the back, 3 the other way. 1, 2, 3. So let's talk about the power, the benefit of a downward dog. You can do many options in a chair with a downward dog. We're going to start with one block. I'm going to put the block between my feet and use the inside edges of my feet. My legs can't be floppy, so I want to bring that rotation in with a little bit of resistance. So I don't want it soft. I want to really activate so that I'm using the whole foot, ankle, lower leg. When I lift, I'm going to lift. Take a breath. You're going to feel this all the way up. Soften it. Tuck that belly, support the back, let it go. Inhale, lift. Soften the jaw. A lot of clenching isn't going to help this. One more. And release. Now I'm going to swing it out. Big stretch. I want to flex the toes, and I will feel that stretch back of the legs, and smile, because it may be a little painful, but you do the best you can. And then you exhale and you let it go. That stretch on the back of the calf is really important to maintain blood flow, flexibility, stability, longevity, and let it go. One more. Take a breath and let it go. Now be mindful also not to lock the knees. So when we add now the arms, remember a downward dog, it's an inversion. So the feet and the hands are pressing into the floor. But when we do it in the chair, we're going to use this resistance with the block. Hands come up and I palm it. Shoulders down, come a little bit forward, take a breath. And then soften it. That could be enough. Inhale maybe a little higher, palm it. Shoulders down, soften the face, take a breath. Let it go. One more. As big as you can go. Press in, flex it, soften the shoulders, take a breath, relax the face, and let it go. Now tap, tap, tap. And feel how you've invigorated your legs. Now, I brought a second chair with me today because I want to show you your options for a downward dog using a chair. I'm going to take the chair, make sure it's stable on my mat. I'm going to start with the high side. My hands rest on the back. I walk myself back as far as I can go, and then I sink it. knees are soft, and I stretch. So if you're in the class with me, you can just turn your chair where you are. If you have a chair at home, please make sure it does not slide. So you want to make sure that the chair is on the mat and that you have a stable chair. Now, your distance is going to be dependent on your height, your leg length, your arm length. I'm going to walk myself back. Now, remember that block that was between your feet? That's the distance you want between your feet. You want to feel all the toes engaged in the mat. You want to feel through the heels. Now, if you have particularly high hamstrings, you may not be able to keep your heels down, but you do the best you can. And then you just sink, bend the knees. Flatten the back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, stretch it out. If eventually you can straighten your legs, great, but you don't lock them. Take a breath. You're going to feel this all the way up the back of the legs. One more, take a stretch. Now, if you're home, this is a great thing to do. You can use your counter in your kitchen. That's a great height. I'm going to turn the chair if I choose. And now I'm going to use the seat. That's going to change the angle, but the concept is still the same. I get a little lower. Now, the deal is you go with where you're comfortable. If going this low isn't working for you, you don't do it. And then you sink. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, stretch it back. And one more. And stretch. And walk it forward. And stand up and see how you feel. Nice. Stand a little wide, roll around. Move the hips. You all look taller. And then reverse your circle. Good, shake it out. Stand hip distance, feel where you are. So keep your distance as close as is comfortable for you, so that when you lift up here, now I'm going to sweep my arm, rotate the arm, sweep up, soften the knees, and I'm going to stretch. If I can let my fingertips touch the chair, that's great. If I can bring my hand down, if I can come over more, that's great. And then lift it up. And again. If you need to move the hip out of the way, that's what you do. One more. You can look underneath the arm or keep it straight ahead and take a breath. You don't need to move your chair, so you're just going to turn the other way. Find your distance. Take a breath. Lean. Start small. And come back. And feel that lifting all the way from the pinky toe, up the side of the leg, underneath the torso, under the arm, to the pinky finger, all the way over. And come back and move the hips. And just roll it around. Good, and reverse your circle. Now, since we're standing, and if you choose not to go forward too far, that's fine. I'm going to widen my widen my stance and take my 2 blocks. And when I come forward, I'm just going to rest here and just shift and stretch a little bit. And just feel where that is now. Good, roll it up. Shake it out. Now we're going to move down onto the floor. If you don't choose to go on the floor, your other option would be to get a second chair. But for now, I'm gonna go down on the floor, I'm gonna elevate my legs, and I wanna use the chair to help also with my hip flexors. So I'm gonna take my feet to the edge of the chair. Well, now my arms are gonna come out, letter T. I wanna tuck the lumbar spine into the mat, and I want to just give myself a minute here, just to feel how the body rests. Now begin to rock your legs, little windshield wipers. Feel that connection between the hips and the shoulders. My head is at neutral, my chin is in line with the sternum, my shoulders are on the floor. Now I'm going to deepen it, so when I roll my legs to the right, I'm not lifting the shoulders. And then I come back slowly to center and roll the other way. Weight goes into the left hip, right hip lifts, shoulders stay down. And I do a couple of these. One more set on each side. Good, come back to center. Leave the feet here, but walk them a little closer together. Smaller, rocking movement. So the tailbone will lift. You'll feel it in the sacral spine. You'll feel it in the curve of the back, the lumbar spine. You'll feel it move up into the thoracic spine. And then the arms, if you're comfortable, can come to cactus arms. And see if you can keep your arms and your shoulders down. See if it opens up that space between the shoulder blades. Again, roll the legs to the right. This time, look left. Let the hip go as far as it can go. And then opposite side. Roll the head to the right, legs go left. I see how much movement I have when I roll from side to side. One more to the right, and one more to the left. And then just a little central massage here, just right small. Good. Leave that left leg on the mat. I'm going to hold behind the right leg and stretch it up. Point and flex that foot. And roll it around. And reverse your circle. Good, and then switch to the opposite side. Stretch it up. Point and flex. And roll around. The foot at the ankle gets a nice little rotation. Reverse your circle. Good, bring it down. I'm going to open up my feet so the soles of my feet are going to rest together. I open up only as wide as is comfortable for me. This is a big psoas stretch, hip flexor stretch, but you don't want to overdo it. And you breathe. Now as you breathe right here, your arms can be letter T, can be the letter A, can be cactus arms. You can let your hands rest right at your ribs. And then you can begin to rock your legs a little bit. Just a small, gentle rocking, if you choose. Try to keep your lumbar spine tucked into the mat. And maybe less work. Don't widen your legs so much because you don't want pain. And then you pause and you bring it in, little tiny rocking here. Pause. Now I'm going to bring my arms up to the sky, sink the shoulder heads down, leave my feet still, and now just rock the arms. And isolate that movement to the space between the shoulder blades. Now when I come back, left elbow comes to the floor and I stretch that arm across without pulling. And then I switch to the other side. And back and forth. one more. Good. Invert your hands, maybe rock a little bit here. You do not have to, you can keep your hands in neutral position. Take a breath. Good. Let your legs, sorry, I'm having an issue with the mic. Let your legs, if you need to adjust the chair, rest now on the seat of the chair. Bring your arms to any position that's comfortable once again. Now, cactus arms is going to be hard to hold for a long period of time. So letter T, letter A, hands resting to create a little triangle right here at the ribs, and take a breath and maybe roll your head a little bit from side to side and see how your range of motion is in your neck. Soften the jaw. So if we had enough wall space, we could do legs up the wall. This is our variation of legs up the wall. In yoga, it's called Viparita Karani. But when we do this, it creates an inversion. It allows all that oxygenated blood to come back down to the belly. It helps with digestion. It feeds that oxygen-rich blood to the heart. It softens the shoulders. It slows down the body. It relaxes the nervous system. It gives you a moment to pause, to connect, to relax, to refresh, to renew, to restore. And as you breathe in and you breathe out right here, just rock your hips maybe just a little bit and see if you need to just create a little more space and then settle again. Now, in a yin yoga practice, you would hold this pose 5 to 7 minutes. You could hold it longer. This pose will rejuvenate you, so it has two functions. It can slow you down and prepare you for sleep, or it can energize you. So when I do this pose, I do it during the day. I don't do it at night because it gives me too much energy. But just for now, just take a breath. Let it do its job. Let gravity press down so it softens and relaxes the planes of the face. So when you're standing up and you're moving forward and you're stressed out, everything lands in the face. You want to use this opportunity to relax the muscles of the face right through the center. Relax the jaw, relax the cheeks, relax the throat, relax the eyes. Notice how your head is resting on the mat where you feel a little pressure maybe where the head rests on the mat. You can always use a little prop if you need it. And let the breath find its natural rhythm. Now I'm going to transition myself up, but you're going to stay right where you are. And when you rest right here, give yourself a breath or 2 or 3 and ask yourself, how do you feel different now in relationship to how you felt when you started? We are quickly moving into our Shavasana. So if you would like to stay here, that's great. If it's too much for you to stay here, you take your legs off the chair and you slide them through and under the chair so you're resting it on the floor. You pick the one that works best for you and allow this to be an opportunity for you to collect yourself, to bring yourself back to homeostasis. Feel your feet, feel the center of the palms, feel the place right between the eyebrows, center of the forehead, crown of the head. If your brain starts getting busy and you start thinking stuff, just say, no, not doing that right now, no. I'm just going to pause. I'm going to pause. I'm going to allow my practice to land, to take root, to begin to germinate, to soften, to refresh. My inner self, my external self, my subtle body, my thoughts, my mind, my spirit, my breath. And as you breathe in and you breathe out right here, ask yourself, what do I need to receive in the next few moments that will help me, heal me, support me, nourish me, allow me to flourish, to find my way home to my true self? Oftentimes we're so busy, it's hard to find a place to land. And focus on the rise and the fall of the breath. Using that breath as a form of your meditation. And now I'm just going to add the sound of the singing bowl. This is an F-tone bowl. The F-tone grounds you down. So if you're too much in your head, too much in your thoughts, worry, stress, anxiety, allow yourself to let that go. When you spend too much time in stress and worry and fear and anxiety, you have no place for abundance to thrive, for healing to occur, to celebrate the joy of a new day. Now we're still in pretty much early part of the morning going into lunchtime. So just reflect, what's one thing that happened today that made you smile, that brought you joy, that took you out of your thoughts, that made you laugh, that made you smile or chuckle? And then if your legs are still on the chair, bring your knees into the chest, just rock a little bit from side to side. Don't pull your legs in too tight. You don't want to over crunch the back. And then when you're ready, slide your legs under the chair and go into your full body stretch and take a huge breath, a huge And then whenever you're ready, be mindful where your legs are. You're going to bring your knees in and just roll to whatever side calls to you, just to rest on your side body. If you need, bring your arm underneath your head so you support your head and neck. If you don't have a prop there. And let the sound of the bowl just move the length of the body. And then when you're ready, that's when you transition into a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. So you can stay on the floor, you can go back in the chair. Remember, this is a practice where we're using the chair as a prop, but you could do the whole practice in the chair. I'm just giving you options. Now, as you rest right here, and you notice now as this bowl is silent, maybe you still feel the vibrations moving through your body. Sink the shoulders down, do your little stirring of the pot. Let all the parts of the practice land. And then when you're ready, you reverse your circle and you go the other way. And then twist to one side and wring it out. And twist to the other side and wring it out. And bring one hand down and one hand up and over. And opposite side. And bring your hands to the floor and just rock it out. Or you can bring your hands to your knees, your legs, whatever is comfortable. Just rock it out a little bit. And then come to neutral and just let your hands rest. And this is your bowl of abundance. So be the electromagnetic field that you are of positivity. Whatever it is that you need, whether it be today, tomorrow, whenever, imagine that you're just giving yourself the space, the opportunity, the intention to let whatever you need come to you at the perfect time. Person, thought, word, song, piece of written material, and you just allow that so that it just comes to you with ease. And then reach up without looking up and feel like you're this extended three-dimensional triangle. And then you bring the light of awareness that what you put into your body, what you think, you breathe, how you move, what you choose, lands there. So shift out what doesn't work and bring to yourself the gift of this new day where you can find your joy and be at peace. Namaste. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. Namaste. Take good care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. You're welcome. Do you feel taller? You all